The Fort Dunree Military Museum began in 1986 when the Army were still in force here at Fort Dunree. And it was the brainchild of a couple of officers there who had seen the writing on the wall, so to speak, for their presence. And then, as it turned out, the Army left about 1990, and the whole museum and everything to do with it was left really in abeyance. And a number of local people got together and felt this had to be saved. And together with some aid from Donegal County Council and Bord Fáilte, they set up the community group that became Fort Dunree Military Museum Ltd. We'd had quite a lot of help from one of the UCIT programs under the Networks scheme, where we had the benefit of talking to other community groups and seeing what others around us were doing. And that enabled us to think, well, we've got to really broaden the focus of this place. And the scheme we embarked on at that time was to refurbish the buildings, the stone-built buildings there that housed the old refectory and cookhouse. And we basically turned those into workspace and exhibition space that would give us both more room to exhibit existing military memorabilia, house more that was in private collections, and indeed give us space that we could use as I say, basically workspace or conference space, and enable us to take advantage of things like the wildlife, create nature walks, provide space to hold art exhibitions. We actually now stage civil weddings here. So we can do all sorts of things that have a community interest and that broaden the appeal to the visitor. UCIT were able to come in a gap that we had at the time, where really there was nobody else to fill it. So they were crucial to that particular package. I think one of the drawbacks that community organisations like ourselves maybe fall into, they're quite used to having grant aid. They're not maybe so well used to having loan finance that you do have to pay back. And UCIT were able to give a lot of good advice along those lines, and we found them very approachable and indeed very, very helpful along the way. There's 72 acres on this site approximately. There's still quite a lot of buildings here that haven't been refurbished. There are a number of groups who have expressed interest in doing things on the site. I have often said that Fort Dunree is part of our national heritage, and I would like to see it really get established as part of the national heritage, with more complementary things added to it that will help to sustain it into the future.